I said that in my introduction video that I wasn't going to talk about really do like reviews or anything, but I lied. So let's talk about Black Clover. Black Clover is a Shonen Jump manga series first revealed as a one-shot back in 2014 by Yuki Tabata. It was then rewritten for serialization in 2015 and has been gaining popularity in Japan ever since. If you never heard of it, Black Clover takes place in a world where people are born with magic, except for our orphan protagonist Asta, who, despite this, still dreams alongside his rival Yuno to become the strongest sorcerer, the Magic Emperor. Now wait, I know what you're thinking. This sounds a lot like Naruto. And well, technically you're not wrong. Most people I talk to about this series simply write it off as a Naruto ripoff, and with a premise like this, who can really blame them? But if there's one thing I want you to take from this video, and always remember, it is that there's nothing new under the sun. Any idea or concept that you come up with has probably been said or done before. What matters is how you present and execute that idea or concept. So, how well is it presented and executed? Well, I really like this series despite its criticism and constant comparison to Naruto. In fact, I've been reading it since it came out in 2015. But why don't many other people? At the time of this video, it's been the main cover lead for 2 of the last 10 volumes of Shonen Jump Weekly, and has maintained an average of rank 4 in popularity. When put into retrospect with the more popular series, My Hero Academia, that's not too bad. Well, aside from Naruto, let's look at other series that it may have taken from, and from what I've seen are Bleach, Magi, and Zatch Bell. Now this is an analysis video / review, so if you haven't read it and you're interested in it, or just haven't caught up, I recommend doing so and coming back. There's currently 113 chapters, adding up to 11, almost 12 volumes. If you don't care, then here we go. Now before you can become the Magic Emperor, you must climb your way up the ranks of the Magic Knights. This is similar to Bleach's Gotei 13, but it's still different. The ranking system in the Gotei 13 wasn't really explained, aside from the fact that one of the requirements for becoming a captain was learning Bankai, which a large portion of the characters were able to do. Squad 11 didn't even follow this rule, as Kenpachi didn't even know his Shikai at the time of becoming captain. Moving on to below the Magic Emperor, there are 4 other ranks, each further divided into 5 classes. A knight ranks up according to individual performance, and from what I can tell, all captains are probably Grand Magic Knights. Next, like in Magi, there are also dungeons which appear and may also contain powerful items or spells, to which, after raiding, the dungeon properly collapses. Now the difference here, not much difference here, but let's keep in mind that in Magi there's a set 72 dungeons due to there only being 72 Jin, with there only being 1 real treasure inside. In Black Clover, however, dungeons spawn randomly, and there can also be a chance to get multiple main treasures inside. Lastly, there's a sorcerer's primary weapon in battle, their grimoire. Grimoires aren't, or at the least have yet to be properly explained as to where they come from. Once you reach the age of 15, you attend a ceremony to receive one in order to use spells. As the user becomes stronger or grows as a person, a new spell is written inside. This is also similar to Zatch Bell, where the Momoto, or Demon Child, learn spells in the same way. In Zatch Bell, the Momoto have their own personal unique spells, and the books are more like extensions of themselves. But here, who writes them, where they come from, or how they work beyond that has yet to be revealed. Now these are all series that I love, so the question now becomes, do I like Black Clover because of its own identity, or because of what it takes from it? Probably both, because at the end of the day, to me, this is still a really fun series. Personally, I think we focus way too much on what a series is similar to, or if it's original or not, to the point of we can't even enjoy anything. I think this is a serious problem, but a topic for another day. The squad that Asta belongs to is known as the Black Bulls, and it's supposed to be the worst performing squad in the kingdom before he shows up. And immediately you can see why. You have a captain with an attitude problem, a girl who can't control her magic, a hot-headed thug, a drunk, a battle-obsessed sociopath, a lecherous coward, a siscon, a girl who only thinks about food, someone who rather transform into other people rather than being themselves, and Gordon. Just Gordon. I only say that because everyone has had some type of character arc on their defining traits with some type of growth here and there. But Gordon has it. Did they just forget about him? Is he just there for comic relief? What's up with that? Either way, the point is that these are some real misfit individuals. Yes, they're misfits, but also individuals. It's fun watching them interact amongst themselves or other people in a world where your magical power determines your class in society. The enjoyable characters along with the world building and elements of mystery for me make this a decent read and entertaining series. But as much as I like it, it's not without a couple problems. First, let me ask you another question. Can a shonen series have too much action? Some of you probably think that that's a weird question since shonen manga are all about action. But I think that there's a fine line. So let me give you an example. Chapters 11 through 21 belong to the dungeon arc where a squadron of Black Bulls and Golden Dawn try to collect the treasure before the neighboring Diamond Kingdom does. 3 chapters later, the kingdom is under attack by a terrorist group, which lasts for about another 12 chapters. During these fights, yes, the characters grow and acquire new abilities and all that, but it's nice to slow down every now and then and hone in on these new powers that you got and develop characters. Which leads me to my next issue, the pacing. A 2 to 3 chapter intermission between major events is really small, and there are a lot of ways to grow your character without some kind of tournament, war, or terrorist attack. With that being said, this does however make the series that much more enjoyable. No chapter really feels boring, and it feels like there's always something going on. This doesn't mean that the readers have ADHD or something and have to have some kind of action always going on, but rather this is just a style of progress in storytelling that you'll either like or hate. But this doesn't exclude the biggest sin of pacing Black Clover has committed, and this is the neglect of showing Asta's sword training. In chapter 82, during the Witch arc, it is revealed that Asta and the Black Bulls have saved some Diamond Kingdom refugees, and he's learned swordsmanship from one of the commanders. Upon reading this, I seriously thought I missed 5 or 10 chapters, but this is just an event that they deliberately chose to skip over. Upon further research, I found out that this was instead turned into a light novel. I don't think it's been licensed for English yet, and there's no translations for it at the time of this video, but this must have taken place between chapters 56 and 57 because before and after were long major battles, and it is during the previous arc, the Sea Temple arc, where Asta broke both his arms, which were cursed and at the time could not be healed. The whole point of a protagonist is to have a character whose motivations you understand and journey you can follow along with. Simply saying, oh yeah, this kind of happened off screen, go buy the light novel to see what happens, just feels wrong. Why was this rushed? This is something I really hope won't happen again, but either way, that's about it. Black Clover isn't the best, but to me it's pretty good. What do you think? Do you think Black Clover has some potential? Or if you haven't read it, does it sound worth picking up? Leave some thoughts and feedback for me. And anyways, take care and I'll see y'all next time.